So this is how to use the entertainment system in a 2016, 17, 18 Nissan Leaf. The earlier ones had a slightly different infotainment system because they didn't have DAB radio on them. They just had FM, AM. So lots of different things that this can do. So this is set on the menu screen, which you get to by selecting the menu button. So you can press source, you can do it on the touch screen. You can then go to radio if you want to, and DAB is on there. If you want to find another station, use the seek buttons and see what it finds. So I'm just going to find one that it hasn't already got on the lists. So radio 6. Say you wanted to put radio 6 in the space where capital is at the moment, you would just press and hold that, and then you see that now comes up as BBC Radio 6. You have actually got 12 buttons on there, and then if you press it again, it actually gives you AM, and then if you press it again, it goes to FM. So again, there's 12 storage spaces in each one of the different bands on there as well. Go back to DAB, and then if you want to go to the DAB menu, it'll list all of the different stations and put DAB information and things like that, and it does that for FM as well. Go back to show what was already on the front 6. So that's how the radio works. If you want to play a CD, you press this open tilt. This is the CD eject button in here. Don't worry about the map, that's the SD card which has all your sat nav and everything on, so you don't need to use that. There's no CD in this at the moment, but you would just slide it in, slide it out. It's a single CD system in there. And then you just press the open tilt button and it actually goes back to being closed. Now, one thing we've had cars brought back with before is people have pressed that button and held it, and you'll see that it slightly comes out. It's one thing that fucks me when it happened to me. So you think that your radio is broken, but it's not. If you just keep on pressing it and holding it, it goes out in 3 different stages, and when you press it on the last one, it then goes back to being flush with the dash. And then this button here is really just to turn on the brightness. So you can put it on medium bright, and then you can turn it right the way up if you wanted to, and you can turn it right the way down. But at the flick of a button, it goes between kind of dark night mode to day mode, and then you can set those different levels. So that's those. CD, once you put it in, would bring up the disc menu and let you change the different tracks on the disc. Augs, so what we have here, and the reason I've put a light on, if you've got a device, a music device, say like an iPhone, an iPod, or any phone that can play music, that's a USB. It'll charge, but it'll also connect your phone to the system. You've also got a lesser used auxiliary, so this is where you would connect with a cable between your headphone jack and the car, and that's on there as well. So the blanks in this is an Ascent model, so it doesn't have heated seats, so that's where you would have your heated seats in a Techno. So those are the ways to do that, but then if you press AUX again, that's where it goes to the USB menu. If you keep on pressing it, it'll take you to the Bluetooth audio. Now to actually put to get your phone to play music, you need to go to phone. It's telling me that there's no phones paired at the moment. So you would click pair phone, and then you would go to your Bluetooth, follow the instructions, pair it with the head unit. You only need to do that once, and then you can actually select from paired phones. You can have up to 3, and then it'll allow you to play that music through your Bluetooth audio on the audio system. So we're just going to cancel that if it'll let me, because it's still trying to find. There we go. So we'll go back to the radio menu. So that's all your music that you want on there. What you may also want to do while you're in audio is you can go in here and you can go to sound, and you can change the bass, treble, balance, fader, and whether you've got the speed sensitive on or off. So there you go, you can change the speed. It's not off now, so it's how sensitive it is. So that means that noise that's generated from the vehicle is the radio turns itself up and down with the road noise that's coming through. So you should have a constant level of radio. So that's all in those menus. So then the next thing that lots of people need to use is the maps. So if you click on map, what you'll need to do then, that shows you the map. But obviously if you want to go anywhere, you want to go to, just trying to remember where it is. So the map's got history down there, so that's all the previous starting points. We'll clear this. So we don't want to go to that. We go to navigation, and there we go. That's where you press nav, and it actually lets you put postcodes in, or you can put different details in. And then once it's done that, now one thing to remember is that it won't give you exactly the same route as Google Maps or Waze or anything like that, because it tries to take you the most energy efficient route. So it should use the least electricity, but it might not be the fastest of routes, so you might want to balance the two of those. And then you've got all the different options on there as well, which you can go through, and the manual will explain all of those too. So we've gone through phone, we've gone through audio. Info is really just about what the car's doing. Menu gets you back to the main one, and then settings has lots of different things in there as well. And if you want to see about your the kind of the zero emissions, how things work in climate time, like the heating timer and the charging timer, that's all on that blue button on the bottom right hand side. This isn't exhaustive because I could spend hours and hours, but it gives you a good idea of how everything works.